y'all, I'm Hope here at Crafty Hope and welcome. It's time for another Thrifty Thursday post. I will say this time and again what I consider to be content for Thrifty Thursdays, anything I got at a thrifty price. And by thrifty, I feel like that means reduced price, a good deal kind of thing. So that could be free shelves or gifts or clearance items or thrift stores or estate sales, yard sales, anything that's kind of a good deal. So that's what I'm starting with. If you saw my last Thrifty Thursday, I'll put a link there, I think, to it. You saw my mom had given me quite a few things, including a big box of papers. Well, she is getting ready for a yard sale. Yeah, and is cleaning out a bunch of stuff, so she's finding all these things that she wants me to have. Here, I just got these from her. These are some coat buttons off my great grandmother's coat, apparently. She says that's what they're from, but I don't know. They look too new to me to be that, but they are pretty. So I took them off her hands. This is from my grandmother on my father's side. It's some pictures she had hanging in her house. I don't particularly care for the pictures, and this one you can see is broken. I didn't realize that because she just handed it to me like this. Great. But the frames are okay. I can possibly do something with them. So I decided I would take them. Of course, the whole thing is a little wonky. Well, I will take a look at them. The other thing she had put aside for me was this old, and we don't even know how old it is or who it may have belonged to, but it's somebody on my dad's side of the family. And it's an old school slate, and it is hinged. It looks like the hinge is possibly just made out of fabric tied together, and it is completely, the slate itself is completely broken. I'm sure somebody set something heavy on it. It looks almost like somebody shot a hole in it. I don't think that's the, but anyway, so I don't know what I'll do with this. I'll probably just pack it away and give it to somebody else in the future, because I was just getting it out of her way. And then as I was leaving her house, because she said something about she had a bunch of sewing patterns she was going to throw in the yard sale, and I was like, oh, let me, if they're older ones, I might be willing. I know I already have too many sewing patterns, but so she dug into her sewing box, and oh, look at this apron one. And a lot of, she thought most of hers were from like the 70s, but really when she started pulling them out, they were a lot newer than that, so I didn't take a bunch of them. Yeah, this is 1990. This one I took, I don't know why I took this one. I may give this back to her, take it back to her. It is 92, so that one, I don't know how that ended up in my stuff. I think she just handed it to me. This one I liked. This is definitely a bit older. 1971. So yeah, this one, again, I don't know why I took, maybe I just like the ladies on it. I'm not sure. Maybe I took the wrong stack. I wonder if I took the wrong stack. That is very possible that I took the wrong stack. This is 1994. This one I like the actual dresses on, so I might keep that one. And it's also 1994. So these two are from the year I graduated high school. Actually, this one I think is my, those are probably my measurements. I bet those are my measurements, because my mom made me a dress in this style for graduation. So this is my graduation dress, and I bet those are my measurements. So in this one, I don't know. I don't think she made me anything with this, but there aren't any pockets. So anyway, that's all for now. Oh wait, there also, while she was digging around, there was this in there, which is a decoupage page from 1996 from Leisure Arts. So I don't know. It just neat little, means with the crease there, I don't know that I would use it, but I just thought they were neat images, so I grabbed that as well. So that was my little haul from my mom. I do have an estate sale that I am going to hopefully tomorrow, and I should have more to share with you. I will tack that on. I made it to the unplanned, I guess, estate sale today. It was one that was started today. And it was like started at 3, and I was able to get over there 3:30, 4-ish, I don't even know. But I went because I could see in the pictures online. I go to estatesales.net that shows me estate sales in my area each day almost. I get emails pretty often. And I could see craft supplies in it. And yes, this person, I'm assuming a woman, but this person definitely was into card making and scrapbooking and stamping, had tons of stamping up stuff and paper punches and alcohol inks, and didn't see but a few acrylic paints. But let me show you what I got. I got a nice little stash. I kind of limited myself. There were things like distress oxide pads with blending tools in a box, and it was like $20 or something, but I was like, I have all of those things. So I tried to be particular. So let's see, what did I grab? I got a thing of golden gel medium. This is gloss, but it was only $2. So I figured for $2, I didn't mind. So I got several things. I had a little stack of things that didn't have prices on them. So I think they just gave them to me for $1. Like this Bombay ink in white, some double-sided tape. It's a good size roll. And then, y'all, I saw this jar, and it is pencil nubs. I hadn't even opened it, but there's double-sided ones and single-sided ones and ones with erasers, and I couldn't help myself. I really just think they would be super cute in some kind of assemblage or art project or jewelry or something. So yeah, I know, but I got a little jar out of it too. Alright, so I also got a paper punch. This is one of the EK Tools ones. It's a heart for $3. There were boxes and boxes of paper punches. I didn't even bother going through some of them. I did see one that said like crocodile and staplers, and opened it up and I found a tiny attacher and some staples, $3. Yeah. But the big thing I got was this box that was $20. And y'all, it is these Lumen Art. I believe they are the like twinkling H2O like watercolors, and they look like they are arranged for the most part by color. This one definitely, I was just like, oh, that color is pretty, but yeah, apparently the owner also thought that was pretty, but there's still enough on the sides to maybe scrape some off. So for the most part, I think so. Here's another. It looks like it's been used up. Yeah. But for the most part, I can see that most of them are pretty full. I am really excited. I kind of want to sit down with them, and she's got it in an order. I might rearrange a few of them. Like, I feel like that green. Why is this copper there and not up there? Anyway, and do swatching. That sounds like a lot of fun. This kiwi's a lot like the lemongrass over there. Did she use that up too? She did. I think she must have liked greens. So, whereas like this teal zircon and Mediterranean blue are what are calling my name. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that Mediterranean blue. So, yeah, I kind of just want to sit down and swatch them all out. And I might do that another time. It's not going to happen today. So, that is it for now. Like I said, I've got an estate sale tomorrow that I am going to, so I will tack that on. So I have several things to show y'all from the monthly estate sale that I go to, along with some things I brought home from my mom's house. She had a yard sale and has been going through all kinds of stuff to get stuff ready for the yard sale and whatnot. And yeah, so I picked up things from the yard sale and things that she put aside for me and things I helped her sort and all of that. And I'll show you that. First, though, the estate sale, because I went to it first. So, let's see. I got some yearbooks. I can't resist it. This estate sale often has a table full of books that are $1 each, and finding yearbooks for $1 is pretty remarkable. So this is a 1949 yearbook out of, I think, the Bronx. Yeah, from the Bronx. And so it's just, you know, a fairly general, I think the opening here with the music, I'm guessing that maybe their alma mater or something would make sense. But anyway, Then I got a 1957 Milady. I have 3 other Miladies. I think at least 2 of them that I picked up at a thrift store. And they're from the 40s, and I think I paid like $2 or $3 for those. So I got a 1957. It is from the Mississippi State College for Women. So this is all just girls or women. So it is, yeah, lots of fun stuff in here. I mean, look at these dresses, y'all. How fabulous. That is the Town and Gown. Oh, I don't know what that means. It's some society. And you know what? In my other Miladies, there was a section in the back. Oh, see, this is just freshmen. There was a section in the back for different groups, and there was one that had these crazy outfits. So, I don't know. Maybe by the 50s they didn't do that anymore. I don't know. Oh, wait. Was that them? Oh, see, like here. These girls are all, they're the mademoiselles, and they're all, well, most of them are wearing berets. Here we go. The maskers. Here's the blacklist, and they've got pirate patches. So yeah, that's what I was looking for. And then these are the jesters, and some of them have jester hats on. The revelers, and they've got top hats. So I guess it's like sororities, maybe, from there. And then this is another 1949, and it's a hamper. And I haven't looked real hard at this one. From Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts. So, and it is, I think it might also be all, no, maybe it's not all ladies. I can't remember. I know I flipped through it. Most of this is ladies, which is fine. I do have another yearbook I picked up that's all guys. I picked up, I don't even know if I showed it to y'all. I picked it up a couple weeks ago. Yeah, this is all ladies in college. So, and 2 ladies colleges, I suppose. And then what else did I get? I picked up, oh, this is just I think it's a round tablecloth that I just kind of like the fabric, and I thought it would be really nice to try to dye. So it is pretty big, so I'm not going to unfold all of it, but you can kind of see it just goes and goes and goes. It's lots of fabric. So we'll see how it dyes. I'm going to tear it down a little bit later. I got, oh, and these were all $1 things so far. I only got 1 $3 item, so everything else was $1. I picked up this bag of like cocktail forks and picks. I have another thing of more like this. I mean, this one actually has something different in it. These are different than some of the other ones I've seen before. But I don't know. I kind of almost want to make a necklace, y'all, with these in it. But it seems like I saw somebody else do that. But anyway, so I thought, for $1, this is something, because it could even be a neat background and assemblage to, like, line these up somehow, like so, for a really neat textured assemblage. Do you see it? Like that? I don't know. Okay, so the other thing I picked up for $1 is this bag of little, I guess they're Christmas bulb lights for something, but I really liked, there was one I kind of took apart while I was standing there to see if I could get them apart. So they've got that like AB finish on them, but I found if I pulled the little connector wires up, I can slip this out of that plastic thing, and then I've got this bulb, and then I can use these wires, if I'm super careful with them, to make a loop or something so that they can hang. So I think that could make a really neat either assemblage or piece of jewelry or something as well. So, and then I don't know, I'll have these, which could make interesting knobs or something. I don't know. The last thing I got was my favorite thing of this haul. The owner of that antique store knows that I'm always looking for handwritten things, ledgers, and things like that. And I mentioned to him, I always go and see him first because he's always in the back with the books and stuff. He's a historian, and so he, kind of gets my obsession with it. And I told him, reminded him again that I was looking for things. He said, you know what, there was a diary. I said, that's exactly the type of thing I'm looking for. And so he went these 2 shelves way down on the ground. I had to help him get up and everything. Had to flip and flip and flip, and found this, which is, I believe, a 5-year diary. So it's got these 5, like, has a date. Oh, that's my anniversary. And it has these 5 spaces. It hops around as far as years. So this says it started August 9th, 1944. So let's see if we can find that. August 9th, 19... Yeah, there's nothing here. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is something else. It's, I guess that's her name there. But there's all kind. There is one envelope that's like a flower envelope for 11 red roses and 1 white. Interesting. And that's from 1949. So some of these entries have the actual, so up at the top it has like March 31st and March 30th. And some of them have what year. Like this says 46. That says 46. Most of them I think were 46, but there's a 49 here. And it's not all filled out. And most of the time she seemed to like go into some of the other spaces if she had several things to say, like this one is like, today is a day to be recorded. And I can't tell if that's 47 or 49. It started well and ended better. So I've got to like interpret some of this. Some of the writing's kind of hard to read. It's a lot like my grandmother's. My grandmother, yeah. And it seems like she's maybe teenagery, maybe early college. It's hard to tell. There's one in here with a bad word in it. Here it says French test, so B+, miserable. So I think it's super interesting. Oh, and there's some birthdays here. There's not a whole lot of like personal information. And here it says 14 years old. So there's some information, even her address, and it looks like New Jersey. It was gifted to her by her aunt in 1945. So, and you can see the gold edging. I think you can see it, that it's kind of got the gold edging. Of course, the cover is lost, but I'm pretty happy with this. Pretty thrilled. That was a $3 find. Okay, so the next thing is some stuff I got from my mom's. I'm going to go and grab it, and I'll be right back. The first thing I'll share is not something my mom gave me. Setting up for the art sale, I had to make the signs for her, and I ran to Dollar Tree to get like poster board and things like that, and I realized she might not have a big marker. I looked all over the place for some big markers there and had like no luck, but I did end up picking up this. It was in a package. I've taken it out, and it says marker, and I did use it on the signs. It's a little light, but it's got like a dauber tip on it, which I thought was kind of what I expected. It reminds me of a bingo stamp, but I didn't try it at her house, but I kind of wanted to see if I started it. Could I like, I don't know, maybe if I get it more juicy. I was hoping I could like splash it. Oh, there, I got some splash. There we go. I don't know, can y'all see that? But that's kind of what I was hoping I could do. So I brought it home. Dollar Tree, from what I could tell, after I did the signs, I tried to wet them in case like it rained or anything. If this if the ink would run, and it didn't. So I thought that was a neat buy at the Dollar Tree. Okay, so some of the things, I'll go ahead and start with the weirdest. While she was having the yard sale, I was walking around the tables looking at things, and she had this old hand mixer that was apparently my grandmother's. One of my grandmothers, and yeah, well, I took it apart. I went and got, because she didn't even have the beaters. All she had was this, and I was like, nobody's gonna buy that, even for $1. So I grabbed it. I've taken it apart. My favorite thing is this fan propeller here on this end. I need to come in with some more screwdrivering and get maybe the rest of this apart, the rest of the motor and everything. And all of this needs to be cleaned up. It's super like this. I'm going to toss. This I may clean out. It could be a really interesting base for an assemblage maybe. So, and there's some other things that like fell out of it and off of it. So kind of just keeping it in this bag so that it's all together for me to deal with. What else? I don't even know. I've got just a box of things over here that I'm going to pull out and show you real quick. So she had this in the yard sale and I pulled it out. I kept looking at it, so I was like, I'll just take it. It's a book from 1923 and it's just got like this prettiest yellowing. See how like the inside's lighter and the outside, I don't know. It really called to me. So I grabbed that. Is it? Yeah. So it's a lot of music terms. It's a dictionary of musical terms. I thought was kind of cool. When sorting things for the yard sale, I found this bag of old Christmas cards that, and y'all, this is like, I don't even know how old. Some of these are ones I received as a kid from my grandmother. Some of them are ones, like there was a Care Bear one. But this one looks like it's from the 50s or something. I don't think it is. I don't know who, but these are, yeah. Some of them are definitely 80s, whatever. But these are family sentimental ones. As I was opening some of them, I knew exactly who they were from and things like that. Some of them, I don't know. But I've got a couple projects for Christmas I was needing some Christmas cards for, and I thought, gosh, it would be nice to use these ones that we received that are so sentimental. But I also found in the shed, oh, if I can get it, 2 boxes of variety Christmas cards that will never get used. So, and I'm sure these were my grandmother's, and yeah, so. And I used to have a nice big stack of them, but I used a bunch of them, and then I decided that I just wasn't going to use them anymore, so I got rid of them. And now I have ideas, and I'm like, I don't have any more Christmas cards, so oh, that's kept. So, and of course these have envelopes and everything with them. So, that was another score at my mom's house. What else did I get? Oh, here's another book. I just thought this was, oh, this was the one, yeah. The first like 20 pages are torn out of it. It came from my niece's elementary school library. I'm sure they had a book sale or a book giveaway or something, and one of my nieces fished it out. It still has like the little library card things in the back. So, and I love this front. It's just so neat. So, I grabbed that from my mom's house too. What else? This clock is, it's, you know, it's nothing sentimental or anything, but again, I think I can take it apart, unscrew these, toss this part, and use it as shadow blocks for an assemblage or something. So, yeah, that I thought was pretty kind of cool, and something that nobody would probably really want or use, but they might. And of course, the front of it, I can use the hands. Oh, if I can get this back together. I don't want to separate it. I'm trying to get it in here. There, okay. So for some reason, she had this shadow box out in her shed that I don't even know if you can tell. But it's a nice deep shadow box. It looks like it probably came from Hobby Lobby. Or Michael's, I'm not sure. But it's an 8x10 shadow box that, yeah, I can definitely use that. This was in a box of ribbon that she was putting in the yard sale, but I just thought it was a neat spool. And she did pull it out for me, but the inside is cardboard, and this outside seems like it's wood, but I can't, it could be plastic. I don't know. But my mom says it's crochet thread, but I don't know. I think it just could be really neat to use in something. I thought this was kind of neat. She was just going to toss it. It is an old, like, little Vanity Set look. It's a metal tube of toothpaste. one of the little drinking cup pill boxes. The toothbrush is still in the plastic. Y'all, I don't know if this came from like a hotel or something. It's Celebrity brand, but it's got the little cup that pops up in the case. So I just thought that was too precious. There was a whole box of magnets and buttons and things, not buttons, but like pen buttons. And there were a couple different movie ones, and these two were in there, and I just had to grab two of my favorite movies. I had to grab and then the magnets. So there was, I pulled out just some that were sentimental. My grandmother always had this on her fridge, so I kind of wanted the little owl thermometer. But then this Disney one, I know we picked up when I went in the 90s maybe, and one I probably bought in New Orleans. I'm always looking for these. It's for letter openers or what, and then y'all, how sentimental is that? So, oh, and that just fell apart. Well, I don't know if it'll go back together. So a little creepy little Santa Claus ornament wound up in here. Oh, and there was one last thing, if I can get to it. Alright, I don't know if I can show this to you or not. Let's see how much I can zoom out. Alright, y'all, this is a big hat box. You can see it's round, and the lid comes off. Oh, I've got something in it. Some seed potty type things. But anyway, my grandmother always had this. I didn't even know it had this fabric bottom to it, but she always had cookbooks and recipe cards and stuff in it. And my mom just never liked it. And she was going to sell it in the yard sale, and nobody bought it. And I was like, you know, I just kind of want it. And look at the, like, the strawberries on the top of it. And I don't know, that's, could be hand done, could be some kind of production thing. Actually, let me see. I'm going to look at the bottom and see if there's, I don't see anything on the bottom indicating if it was factory made or not. Maybe something there. I don't know. But no stickers or anything. So I thought it could be a neat little storage item for something. So, oh, and this was the seed potty thing I had. I can get off my toes. So that was everything. That is probably it for this haul video. Let me know if you have any questions or want to see anything better or have any more information about any of these things. I really appreciate you taking the time to come by and watch. And I will, I'll be back later. Thank you so much for spending this time with me.